Thank you all for coming. I want to start first by thanking Chief Gloria Chavez with the U.S. Customs and Border Patrol. And I want to thank every man and woman for the Border Patrol for the exceptional job they're doing and under extraordinary times. Their attitude, their work was exceptional. The security of our nation and our border is first and foremost the responsibility of our President. I came down here because I heard of the crisis. It's more than a crisis. This is a human heartbreak. The sad part about all of this, it didn't have to happen. This crisis is created by the presidential policies of this new administration. There's no other way to claim it than a Biden border crisis. Every part of what we sat and talked to, we learned more of how it was created. Congressman Menez talked to a family from Honduras, asked how long they've been traveling, 22 days. Just in coincidence of the actions taken by President Biden of why people think they could come here and break the law. We went through a new facility that was built just more than a year ago. They built it with a capacity they thought they could never meet, 1,040 people to be processed. Today broke that record. Today they're beyond capacity. They're having to build into the parking lot a makeshift facility. Even though the U.S. Congress just passed a $1.9 trillion bill, not $1 in there to help them. It's taking away the operation cost for the border to be protected. But for all these children that are unaccompanied that's sitting in there, there's 120 border agents that are now inside that unit that are not on the border protecting us when a surge is coming. As we went up to Monument 3, speaking to the men and women on the front lines, they catch from 100 to 200 people a night. As we talk to the medical units, and as I tell you, not as a member of Congress, but as a father of a son and a daughter, and you look in the eyes of these children, they came unaccompanied. They tell the story of a 1, a 3, and a 5-year-old holding their hands, walking up to an agent with no parents, no adults in sight. Who brought them? When you talk to the medical units, talk about the percentage that get trafficked, that get harmed along the way. Who knows what dangers and who doesn't make it? All because the policies of our president has changed and told them something different. Told them to risk their lives and broke families apart. We are better as a nation than this. This is about the safety and security of our border. But it's also about the opportunity that Americans want and the prosperity. I know the President's going to travel this week. This is where he should bring Air Force One. This is where he should look the people in the eye. This is where he should talk to the border agents and let them know that this is beyond a crisis. He can continue to deny it, but the only way to solve it is to first admit what he has done. And if he will not reverse action, it's going to take congressional action to do it. And that's why we're here. We want to find solutions. Before we even came here, I sent a letter to the President to work together to solve this problem. I thought maybe he would reach out. Maybe he'd set an appointment. He doesn't even acknowledge a letter, let alone a crisis that his policies created. So we will work together, across the aisle, within our own party, because we know the solutions that it will take. When you talk about what's coming across, I just left a few border agents and I asked them, who are the individuals you're catching? Yeah, they're from Central America. But you know who else? Iran, Yemen, Sri Lanka. When I walked through the facility, there's more Haitians than any other nationality I saw. And why were they coming now? You asked the border agents, they were shocked themselves. because they're being released into the country. When I talk to the doctor to see when they're being tested for COVID, when they get out, more than 10% are testing positive. Well, you're being stored together. In a time when the president will keep our country closed, one maybe we have hope for a 4th of July to get together just with our family, how much spread of COVID is he creating every single day by his policies along this border? It's wrong, and it has to end, and it needs to end now. What's so difficult is small common sense ideas that we didn't have to be here. Midnight, January 20th, 150 miles of wall was supposed to be built here. They're at 133, 17 miles to go. Before you build the wall, even on private land, you remove the last border. But as President Biden became president, it all stopped. So it's not just people coming across, animals and others. The personal questions we asked the border agents, you look in their eyes, they tell you they see more fentanyl than they've ever seen. They're more than just a job. These people are mothers and fathers. They say they've never seen so many unaccompanied children holding hands and walking up to them with nobody in sight. They told me of a 1-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 5-year-old holding their hands. Could you ever envision that of your children? This doesn't have to be this way. We're a land of immigrants. We can continue to have that. But what's happening right now is beyond a crisis. It's a human heartbreak. And for our President of the United States to ignore it, not acknowledge it, or not do something to stop and save the lives, the health of this nation, the safety and security of Americans and our border is the job of the President. He is the one who created this, and he is the one who can fix it.